I was at the height of my practice as a divorce attorney when I was confronted with this challenge. Do I divorce my husband to pursue my healing and happiness? Here is a spoiler alert. There will be no healing until you first resolve this question. And contrary to conventional church notions, I'm not going to convince or guilt you into staying married or frighten you away from the question of divorce. The right answer is the one that is true. And in this book, I offer my experience as a wife and former divorce attorney to guide you to the answers you need to make the true choice and begin your own healing from a painful marriage. One of the things clients often told me when they first called to ask about a divorce was, "We already tried everything." This usually means marriage counseling, pastoral care, threats, separate bedrooms, and attempts to reconcile after fear of loss has settled in. So let's be clear, I'm not here to convince you to remain in a broken situation. In fact, a legal process of some sort, there are several, may be the necessary pain for you to finally take action and make changes that you have been avoiding or waiting for. My purpose for writing to you is actually very simple. I'm here to help you count the costs. I'm here to challenge you to accept responsibility for your choices. I'm here to help you make choices that you can live with, to be totally honest with yourself. And if you read this book and take the steps I recommend, you have the potential to tap into the life you have only been dreaming of, free from the perceived limitations that exist because of your hurting marriage. You have more power than you have realized. You have been waiting for someone else to give you permission to live honestly and openly. You are seeking a sign to make sense out of life so that you can find the courage to go after the life you truly desire. But you have also been afraid. You have been calculating how everyone else will respond to your honest feelings and ways you have been coping with the distance in your marriage. You are practicing your lines for how you will explain this very big change you have been considering. You are not sure who will understand you. You are bracing yourself for being seen as the bad guy. If you are like 99% of my clients, you have been in so much pain for so long that the pain of what everyone else thinks pales in comparison. You can't keep going on this way. Something has to change. But how? In these pages, I share the tough love that I give to all of my clients. The reality is that sometimes the truth hurts, but even when the truth hurts, it never harms. According to the greatest king to ever exist, the truth makes you free. People who have found their new beginnings through a legal process reach that point after being confronted with painful truths. For some, they were tired of pretending to be happily married when they actually felt like they were serving a prison sentence. Even now, many men and women are in decades-long marriages only for the sake of the kids. In public, they are familiar faces and the perfect family unit. While behind closed doors, everyone has retreated to his or her separate corner. One of my clients, after a 30-year marriage, said to me that she finally found the courage to do something different after she realized this is not the way God wants me to live. And that is why you are searching for answers. But the very first answer I will share with you is, God does not intend for you to be afraid, miserable, and without hope. That leaves us now to explore, how do you move forward from here? I'm not here to give you an easy way out. Yes, I know that things have been very difficult already, but it is not my job to spoon-feed you cute justifications that will make you feel good only for the moment. I am here to challenge you so that the decision you make will create the type of peace in your life that influences the atmosphere and people around you. The pages to follow will be very raw and honest. And the very first promise I am asking you to make to yourself is this: I promise to tell myself the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. If you will keep this promise to yourself, everything is possible. Your healing is possible. Your future is possible. Your new beginnings have already begun. Are you ready to build out the roadmap that leads to the destination you truly desire? Are you ready to finally get off the fence and make a final decision regarding the divorce question? Chapter 1. What about the kids? This question is one of the top reasons people remain in unproductive, mundane, toxic, or even abusive marriages. One couple I worked with, who were married over 25 years, shared with me that once they told their teenagers that they decided to call it quits and divorce, the children responded, "It's about time." What was this? Many parents wish to convince themselves that the children are not aware of their suffering, when in reality, how you practice life in your marriage is the script you hand down to your children, which teaches them what love and commitment look like. For these young people, they had already rejected the idea that what their parents had was real love. For these children, their parents' decision to divorce was an act of mercy, a great kindness, to finally live honestly and to simply stop pretending. Another 30-plus years marriage we worked with resulted in a totally different outcome from their young adult college kids. The couple in this family did such a great job pretending to be okay and keeping the family preoccupied with their respective hobbies and interests. The children were oblivious to their parents' suffering. In this family, the children each sympathized with the parent they related to the most. The parent who pulled the trigger found comfort that at least one of the children did not perceive them as the bad guy in breaking up the family. But the reality is that if anyone in the family is hurting, the entire family hurts. This is why I have completely disregarded the idea that I can ever win a case for my client that results in a divorce. In divorce, nobody wins. In divorce, everybody loses. But if we are honest about the entire ordeal, the family was already losing before someone made the choice to get a divorce. So if you are asking yourself, what about the kids? Here are a few things you need to be totally honest with yourself about. Do the children observe you both sharing enjoyment? Do the children observe you both sleeping in separate bedrooms? Do the children hear you fighting? Are the children clueless about the struggles you have been having? What are you teaching your children by the example you are giving them in your marriage? What advice would you give your children to prevent them from ever having to experience the pain you are currently in? If you are honest with yourself while answering these questions, then the answer will result in one or both of the following outcomes. Divorce will hurt the kids because it will expose the truth of what has been going on and therefore will negatively impact their perception of me. Or, divorce will hurt the kids because it will create a two-home situation that they will have to adjust to over time while we figure out how to continue co-parenting. So if you are on the fence about a divorce because you do not want to hurt the kids, the truth is that kids are always harmed by divorce. Rather, the more honest approach to the question regarding the kids is to ask yourself, will divorce provide a teachable moment that will help my kids in their adulthood? Reserve your private strategy session with Char today and discover creative legal counsel and compassion that helps you take control of your choices, no longer a victim to a hurting marriage.